Ooh, look at these dumplings. Look at them. If you know anything about rundown, there be a cook rundown, you know. This is home. Look at that beauty. Look at it. Colors popping. Sauce is there. Glossiness is there. And everything. Look at the color. Look at the color. On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, I'll be sharing with you how to prepare some curry cow foot or cow heel, depends on where you are. Some people call it cow heel, but in Jamaica we say cow foot. I've got here 3 pounds of cow foot. My butcher cut them for me in this size. Back in the days, you would have them cut about something like this, thick about like this, making it so hard to cook. You'll have it cut like as thick as this. Yes, cut them up very fine for me. Big up yourself, O'Neill from Crossroad Meat Market. I always have to big up my butcher. So, curry cow heel. I'll be topping it off at the end with some coconut milk. Thus making the complete dish. Cow foot and broad beans in curry coconut milk. Let me introduce to you my seasonings. I have here, this is turmeric, this is curry, this is a freshly grounded cloves, the one that you put on your ham. This is coriander powder. I've used about half a teaspoon of the Sauce Boss's dry jerk, and this is some cumin. So I'm going to give them a little mix right here. I'm using the turmeric to bring out the color of the curry, because most of the curries nowadays you're not getting the color. So hence I'm just going to be dumping it right in. And if your seasoning should get a little dry, you might just want to get a little oil to put on it, because some of the curry, they put some kind of breadcrumbs or something in it. Now I've got to put some salt, but I'm not going to go all the way with all the salt. Maybe it's on the curry, might have salt in there. I'm going to put that. Remember, we are working with a lot of bones right here. Yeah, so we just know we season. I put a little bit of black pepper. It's not necessary right at this point because we have cloves and something. Now I'm going to be doing a little grating. I'm going to be grating off some ginger because it's curry. I'm going to need ginger. So my ginger is looking a little tacky. I had my ginger out, not in the refrigerator, because of the heat that is happening in my country. They have been dehydrated. All you got to do if that should happen, put it in a little water for about 15-20 minutes and it will be fully hydrated and the flavor is good as ever. So I'm grating off my little garlic, my little ginger. I have 5 cloves of garlic here. I'm going to be grating it. I'm going to be, should have a little more green scallions, but I don't have. You can use a little celery in yours too, but do not go too much with the celery. We don't want to overpower this curry. We are doing curry. Gonna get all of these in, and when you see me next, we'll be doing some rubbing in. Okay, so I have all my seasonings in, and I added about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of oil, and that can be the oil of your choice, because these are bones. I'm gonna figure more or less say me I go have a little, you know, a little, what do call this now? Little meet up on a little issue while rubbing up. Remember, this is bone palm family. You don't need to just go too hard and stress out yourself or bone them. Some people just like bony meat and like the meat gel around it, you know. Yeah, so this is what we are doing. The most important thing you want to do is try to rub out that dry curry in this. Rubbing it out as you go along, you see it, to make it take the color, you know. So then that was the reason I added a little oil. And it not have to be in a specific oil. Any oil you want to use the oil. You see, this is to get the curry powder all rubbed in. I'm going to do this for another pretty good minute. Gonna leave it to soak up a bit, like just maybe marinate up a bit. And you people say, I don't know if we can marinate. Gonna get my hot water started. I have my pressure cooker over here. Gonna get it all vamped up, because we are gonna be using our pressure pot to do this dish. If you don't want to use your pressure pot, you could use the instant pot. You could use your slow cooker. You're leaving it for about 8 hours on medium. you could use your stove top and go for about 5-6 hours on slow or on low, medium to low. So I'm gonna get this all. I'm gonna go for about maybe 10, 12, 15 minutes the most, and we'll return. Okay, all rubbed in, and you must do to how you like your curry. I like my curry strong. I'm gonna pack these in my pressure pot right now. We're not gonna go in and now. You could use some curry paste right here. I don't know if I'd mentioned that before. What I was gonna say, I don't remember. Family, this time is so hot. It is playing around with my brain. So I'm packing it. As I'm saying, you can go do your curry of choice, do your seasonings of choice. I'm just showing you how I do mine. Packing this right now in my pressure pot whilst my water come to a boil. Okay, I'll be using tin beans, and honestly, I would never cook my cow foot and the beans together. I always, if I'm using tin beans at this point just to save time. It's too hot in the kitchen. Okay, so if you're using beans from scratch, I think it's best to cook your beans by themselves. I don't know, but I really don't do it like that. But if you choose to do it, if you're using your beans, go ahead. All right, so I'm putting it in my pressure pot because I want to show you something. I want to show you where it's at in my pressure pot. And this is cow food, so I forgot vamp up the water a little notch. You can't just, you have to put a reasonable amount of water, and I hope I don't go past my maximum level because this pressure pot is a small pot, but I am using it over my other pressure pot because this is a powerhouse pressure cooker. So okay, now I did not make my water too hot. Reason being, it's a pressure cooker. If you put the water in there too hot, I don't know about your pressure cooker, but there are pressure cookers that like the powerhouse pressure cooker. If you put the water in there too hot, you'll have problem closing it because the pressure builds up with the heat. Remember, the pressure cooker builds up with the heat inside of it. So I'm just gonna pour my water to the side, as always. You know, I'm always telling you. And I'm gonna go, normally I would stop, but I'm gonna go right over, bringing up my pressure cooker to the maximum. And this is what I have. Let me show you what I have. Because at this point, if you have too much of a hot water in there, it is gonna build up the steam and you won't have the pressure cooking. That means that really depends on your pressure pot though. So when you're putting your hot water in a pressure cooker, don't make your water be too boiling, too extra hot. Right there, that's how we have it. Gonna put my lid on. I'm at the maximum right now with this pressure cooker. Never go over the maximum. And I'm gonna vamp my heat up to about medium, and a little more than medium. As soon as the pressure builds up, I'm gonna put it down to medium because I don't want it pressuring on too much of a rigorous heat. I want it to like mediumly pressured, mediumly cook. You can cook on mesh pressure and medium too, because we want the meat to just cook soft and gel and not too much falling off the bones. We don't want to have the meat one side and the bone one side. We want to have that little cow foot on the bone, soft and nice, but we still can enjoy. When this has finished cooking, we'll come back to look at it. We're gonna add our little other condiments, get our coconut milk in, and you'll see how it goes. Okay, now family, this is it. This is our cow foot. Look at this. You see that gel? See, it's dancing. Yes, it's ready. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna turn it out into this pot. I'm gonna go warm my coconut milk, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you. We're just gonna gel it together. If you want a little extra salt, I'll put a little extra fresh garlic, and then for you, you can do what you want. We're gonna do this off camera and come back. All right, now family, so for me, what I've just did, I've just put the coconut milk in the pressure that I cook in the pressure pot, and just warm it up in there. Forget out the nice goodness there from down at the bottom. Yeah, you don't want a whole lot of coconut milk. You want about a cup, 3/4 to a cup, 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup of coconut milk. Yeah. I got my bean right here, and I'm gonna put it right in there. You can put your carrots and any little thing you want put, see that may I tell you, because you see the thing cook and nice, and it there right there. So I think I need some butter in mine, Yeah. You want a thick bottom pot, about a tablespoon and a quarter of nice butter, and it's not compulsory. It's just what I want to do. And I need to gig up mine with a little extra salt, and that's just what I'm doing. Also, I am going to be creating 2 pegs of fresh garlic. That's all I want. If you want added additional seasoning, and you can do that. I am good with seasonings right here. Remember, I always implore you to be you, do you, and most of all, love what you do with yourself. Look at this. You're going to turn it down now, and you're going to give the coconut milk some time to cook. You're also going to give these beans some time to absorb some of this beautiful, nice, juicy gel gravy. Because this thing supposed to be a little thick thing, you know, nice gravy where everybody want to eat over them rice. You see that? Yeah. So as it cooks, it's going to get some body, and we are going to put it right in there. And right over here, we got some rice. Finish up and keeping warm. We're going to finish this on a very low simmer. And when we come back, we'll be plating up some just for you. You're going to come a few times and give it a thorough 360 stir and all of that. And when it starts getting thick, like gel-like, you come back and you turn it down. You come back when it starts getting, the heat is on. When it starts getting all gel, if you want thyme, you can put thyme. I don't put thyme in my curry, but some people do. So if it is like that's what you do, do you. So when it starts bubbling at that slow pace, I'll come back to show you. Okay, now family, you see this slow bubble? Yeah, look at this. With the coconut milk being gelled in. I want you to look at the gravy. I want to see the gravy. Long belly people them in for things, you know. This is the dish for the gravy people, and look at this. Let me tell you something. This coconut milk has taken this cow food to a different level. This is not a regular level for cow food. If you taste it, you would know. Maybe you're seeing and you're not knowing. So look at this. You want to have it at this slow bubble, so the coconut milk is being cooked, and everything, the bone and all, the meat and the cow foot, everything, the beans are being infused with this coconut flavor with the curry. Hey, I want different level this in a cooking family. I'll catch you in the next clip when I'll be plating up some just for you. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach. Look at the jiggle of the cow foot. Look at the jiggle of the meat. It is curry, coconut, or it's just cow foot and broad beans in curry coconut sauce. There you have it. Okay? Remember to make sure that you're subscribed. Remember to like the videos. Remember to leave me a comment below. Remember to check out my merch store. Check out my Patreon page, okay? Remember to try it. Do you. Be you, do you. Most of all, love you. Some of this curry, coconut flavored cow foot and broad beans. Better yet, where you call it, cow eel. Let me tell your family, this place is so hot.